Hey, y'all, it's Travis Denning, and you're watching Bull Sessions in the Bloodworks live studio.
Travis, we got a chance to see you in Nashville at a thing called Country Radio Seminar a couple weeks ago. That was a fun time.
Yes, it was. Country radio sickness is what it ended up being, because
that's really
I got strep throat, and I think everybody else did too the week after. Yeah,
a couple weeks after, like everyone across the nation, you'd see it on their Facebook feed, like, "Oh, I'm so sick, I'm never going back." It was the same thing. Yeah,
I watched every Batman ever made the whole time I was sick there. Yeah,
you're like, well, let's just keep on going.
Yeah, we'll just keep it going.
Right.
Here's George Clooney's version. All right, cool.
When you were in the room, I think something sparked with you was because I thought, first of all, you were just young and talented and funny as hell, man. And I think that's what stole everyone's heart in that room, because you were just so on top of your game, and being in front of that many people with programmers in that same room, to me, was very impressive as a young artist. Do you get intimidated very easily?
Honestly, it just really depends, but like in that scenario where it was a very important, it's an important show for me. I mean, we're kicking off this whole career, this single, I kind of subconsciously combat that intimidation with, you know what, like, I'm just going to have fun. Like, I could be working at a bank in my hometown right now, and I'm getting to play country music while the sun goes down on the top of the Omni. And for me, it was just, hey, I'm going to go have fun and be my goofy usual self and crack some jokes and just have fun. So I think I just try to take that intimidation head on and just like, hey, if you don't have fun, everybody's going to know you're not having fun.
Exactly, exactly. Well, and I look back too, I was watching some videos and stuff on you, and you growing up in a small town in Georgia, do you still stay in touch with a lot of your friends from high school? Oh,
I do. And in fact, there's about 5 or 6 guys that I went to my high school with, and there's probably about 10 dudes just from Warner Robins that I still keep in touch with. But there's 3 specifically that I run everything by them. Like every song I write, everything we record.
That's cool.
And it's because they're the 3 biggest idiots I know. And so if they like it and they get it, because they're not in the music business, they don't get like, oh, this song's cool because I said this. They're like, I don't get it, dude. That's stupid. So, no, but and they're just my best friends. I mean, they still are. Yeah.
That's great. That's great to see that. And speaking of being a small town, you've got some big friends in Nashville, and I call them the next up-and-coming thing, because you're friends with Devin Dawson, Mitchell Tenpenny, and Jordan Rager. Those are some great guys. Absolutely. How did you guys all get together? Was it like a songwriting series? Did you guys just all end up bumping into each other in Nashville and be like, hey, I'm Travis, hey, I'm Devin? How did it come together?
Well, me and Jordan moved to Nashville together, and he was my roommate for about the last 4 years pretty much.
Cool.
And we knew each other from Georgia. I mean, there's, the Georgia music scene was just playing bars and clubs, and so you'd run into a lot of the same people. Mm-hmm. And me and him, I mean, the first time we met, we hit it off. We'd carpool up to Nashville together, just visiting. And I said, dude, let's just, if you want to go get an apartment. I met Devin initially through writing songs.
Okay.
We had a co-write put together, and me and him are both diehard heavy metal heads at heart. So we very kindred spirits there. And again, you want to talk about a guy from the second he walked in, it was like, did we just become best friends? Because I think we did. And I actually talked to Devin today. He's such a great guy.
That's fun.
I love Devin. And I met Mitchell just through Nashville, and usually over alcohol.
Right.
And Mitchell's just such a great singer. I mean, such a great guy.
Yeah.
And we just with all those guys, and there's 24 more that are very similar situations of meeting guys, and you just we all love the same music and the same songs and the same alcohol, so it works out perfect.
It works out great. Speaking of liking people, you thank your parents a lot. And
absolutely.
As we all should,
yes.
For putting us on this beautiful earth of ours and giving us an opportunity to follow our dreams. And you said that you're a rockhead. You loved ACDC, and I was reading something about your dad had pushed you into that at like age 16.
Oh, no, I was about 7 years old when that happened, yeah. And that was the bug, hands down. That was the bug that bit me. My dad picked me up from school, and we went to Sears. To do Sears things. I don't know, buy a lawnmower and some tires. And
look at toolboxes.
We were in, exactly. We were in the parking lot and clothes. So right. I mean, we got it all. And we were in the parking lot before, and he said, he goes, "Hey, I want you to hear this." He goes, "I haven't listened to this in years, like the whole, and." He had an engineering business, and one of his employees had ACDC live at Donington Park.
Oh.
And he put on Back in Black, and I'll never forget it. I mean, I was on his bench seat when the first note hit, I mean, I swear I came off the seat. I was like, I don't know. I can't understand a word that guy's saying.
Right.
Still don't.
Still
but
don't.
I knew it sounded completely awesome. And I was like, I wanted whatever that was. And then he played me Hell's Bells, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like when Hell's Bells came on, and he told me, he said, son, I consider this heavy metal. And I was like, I've only ever heard of heavy metal. Like, I'm so glad to finally hear it. And I'll never forget hearing that. And it was over. I mean, that was it, and that tangled up with the Allman Brothers band and Southern rock, which was always there.
Right.
But when I got bit by that ACDC, the loud guitars, and then I focused on the Allman Brothers, and really, I mean, that's where it all came together.
Well, and I listened to your voice too. It's like I could hear the Allman Brothers coming out of you.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
with the gravel and the voice, it's awesome.
Well, I grew up 20 minutes away from Macon, Georgia. So it was math, science, literature, and Allman Brothers. That
Allman
was the
Brothers,
four. You had to learn that in elementary school, or else you couldn't live in Middle Georgia. So.
you're kicked out. Gotta
Oh
go.
yeah, that music runs very deep in that part.
I
of
love it.
Georgia.
Okay, we got a couple things for you because we're kind of getting to know you a little bit, and we can see that you're a fun guy. Here's a question for you. What's the first big thing you're thinking of buying when you get that big check? The one you've always wanted. What's the one go-to? Like, I have to have this. I've been waiting a lifetime for it.
Man, there's so many steps of that because obviously I'd like to buy the house I'm living in currently. That'd be very nice. And, but honestly, like if it's like a toy, just something that you don't need, I'm thinking like 68 Camaro Super Sport.
Nice.
Black with just white.
I think you and I just became best friends.
Did we just go best friends?
We just became best friends.
Are we gonna go halvesies on this Camaro? Let's go for it.
I'm down.
I mean, like, I just want something that's like so timeless that I probably only drive like once a week. But
Right.
when I drive it, I feel like a total badass doing it.
But see, you could do it in Georgia. You can't do it here in Portland because the drivers suck.
Yeah.
They'll
Don't
hit
do-
it and they'll take
yeah.
off running. At least in Georgia, you got dirt roads to go for
Oh,
miles.
I can't wait to do the emissions test in Nashville with that thing. What if I slip you a 20? Can you just let me?
All right. What's the one thing you just can't leave home without? And don't say your guitar.
No, probably my in-ears, like headphones or anything.
Okay.
If we're going on a trip and
Okay. It's a must. You have to have
well,
it.
it's just I want to listen to music. I mean,
Right on.
and that's still like what I'm reading the first book I've read since I was required to read it in high school, on this trip, which is really weird. I actually posted it on my Instagram story. It's a Motley Crue autobiography, and my mom was like, "I'm so proud that you are reading a book right now." And I was like, "You would not be proud of the book I'm reading at all." Because it is disgusting.
You need to take a picture. See, Damon sent me a book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and you need to take a picture of that, like you're reading it, and then send it to
Exactly.
mom. Like, look.
Yeah. And if you have Patron with it, it's tequila Mockingbird, so it works out perfect. That's my go-to stupid joke.
There,
of the
there
day.
you go. I love it.
Yeah.
Who is your celebrity female crush?
Halsey.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Broke my heart when she started dating G-Eazy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so happy together, so it makes it worse.
Right, I know.
I literally, like, Halsey was, that's the thing. I mean, I'm all over the board. I love it all. I love all kinds of music. When I did my end of year Spotify, what'd you listen to the most? Halsey was like by a long shot
Right.
over Kenny Chesney or Eric Church or anything. It was Halsey.
Wow, cool. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have admitted that, but I did. So, oh well.
So, well, she heard it now, so she knows you're on a hot crush for her. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, put your hands together again for Mercury recording artist, Mr. Travis Denning.
Thank y'all.